Hi, it's Lonnie. Welcome to Grace Blossoms for You. Today I want to do something really simple and just have some fun. I need to relax my brain a little bit. So I have decided that I'm going to make something like a bookmark or a tag. You can do with it, you could finish it off the way you like. I'm just going to work on a base today, and so I'm going to cut some pieces, and I want the base to be bigger than what I'm putting on top. So I want these about the base. I want them about 3 inches wide and 6 inches tall. That's kind of my go-to. Now, you don't have to measure these, but I think for myself it will make it easier. So I have that fold there. I might need to make a skinnier one. Okay, so I'll do those 2.5. And I still want them, probably still want them 6. Okay, so we'll plan to make 4 of them. So then I want to cut up some different bases. I have here a collage sheet that I made, masterboard, and so I can cut that up. Now, since I want it a little skinnier than 3, I'm going to do it roughly 2 3/4, and then 5 3/4. So that's for the bigger one. Something like that. So it has a little bit of a border. Okay. And I might do 2 with the masterboard. Whoops, I didn't make it smaller. Okay, I have to trim a little bit off. So 2 3/4. I can use that for something else actually. And I want to use this section. So 5 3/4. And this will be for the other large one. Okay. Then I think I will use some music paper. And I'm just going to cut this down a little bit before I start. So now the ones I have left are the smaller ones at 2.5. So I have to make them about 1/4 inch narrower, but they're still 6. inches long still, so 5 3/4 should be fine. So that will be my base there. I'm just going to pick whichever side is nicer. And then I have one more left. And I will do that with music paper as well. So how is everyone doing today? Hope you're doing good. Whoops. That didn't work so good. It'll be alright. Okay, we'll start with that. Then I have these little square doodads that are left. And I think we might do something with these yet. So hold on to those. Okay. Then, done with the music paper for now. And then I have some pretty paper here. This is from Victoria Designs. It was one of her newsletter freebies. And while I really like it, I don't have a way to use it right this second. I also have this sheet of bookmarks. I got these from Creative Fabrica, and I do think they're about 6 by 2. So I'm just going to cut one out and see what happens. Alright, I'm not sure if that's going to be fitting very nicely, but I figured I would give that a try. And it's too long, and it'll be too long for the tall ones as well. Yeah, I could still do this, but I would have to cut the base a different size. So this is about 2. So I would need, I'm going to do it. Why not? I really actually wanted to work these up today. I just wasn't thinking clearly. But we don't have to do all those on camera. I can just do a couple of them. So if this is 2, we need it 2 1/4 wide. And then still, since these are 6 tall, almost 6, they should actually work on a 6. Let me try. Yeah, that'll be fine. If I cut them at 6. These will just be simpler then because they won't have an extra backdrop. Just the actual base. But this will be good because this will give me scraps that I will have to use up. I like to use scraps, but I don't always have them around because I tend to pick pieces of paper that are already the size that I need. So it'll be good. Okay. And I'm going to ink. Okay, so I'm going to ink the inside piece and the outside piece. And I'm just going to spritz some water on my ink. It tends to go dry really fast. And I don't like to spend a lot of time inking, so if it's a little juicier, it might be a little darker, but at least it'll be done quick and you'll actually be able to see it. Okay. If you haven't figured out what it says, it's I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's from Philippians 4, verse 13. So, yeah, just pop the glue on here. This should work. I might take it to the sewing machine later and actually just sew it down just to add a little bit of something, a little bit more texture, so it's not quite so simple. And two, sometimes this cardstock is from the dollar store, and I'm not sure if they coated it with something, but sometimes it seems a little slippery. So I think sewing it down would probably be a good idea. Okay, so that's one. Simple, and they can write on the back. So I'll be able to do all the ones, but I'll just leave that one here for now. And then let's see what else we can come up with here. And I think actually sewing these down will be a good idea for all of them. Not that you would have to, but I just feel like I've been wanting to sew something anyways, and I've been kind of not having any ideas about what to sew, and so these would, I think, work out really well. And I forgot to ink this. Something like that. Now for this one, I was thinking maybe we could do some stamping. Or if you had like a sticker that was, it wouldn't have to be stamping. It could also be stenciling. I'm thinking something about a silhouette. So I have some stamps that would look really good in just black. But I also still have my stencils, and that would work. So let me see. I just need to get a black pen or something. Whatever color you want to make your silhouette in. I think acrylic paint might work as well, so let me just go grab some of that. Okay, I need some paper in the back. And the acrylic is right here. Okay, so I'm just going to put some on an older brush. And then we can make it as light or as dark as we would like. Wasn't really expecting a mixed media day today, but that's okay. And I should have put my paint on something so that I could grab more. I just want to see if it looks okay like this, or if I'm going to actually need more. I think that looks okay. In fact, I might then, at the beginning of another one, maybe something over here. And I'm going to take it all the way to the bottom of the base here, so it will go off the edge of both pieces. I just feel like doing something different today. Usually I'm an in-between or stay in the lines kind of person. So something a little different today. Okay, so I have some that's a little thicker, which is fine. It'll just take a little longer to dry. And then I was thinking of putting something up here to make it go down. And I just have to hold it so that it doesn't move. So I'm sorry if my hands are in the way. This is actually kind of fun. Sometimes I hesitate to use acrylics because I'm not sure what I'm gonna end up with, but this is kind of a low cost investment here. All right, so there's that. And this one is a little bit smudged. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh well, I still think it's nice. I think that'll work. So then I'm just going to put it somewhere to dry over here. I do like dragonflies, so. All right, what about the next one? Do the same on that one. Glue it down. It's been a bit warm, so the glue is very soft. But that's okay, I don't mind. Okay, let me see if I can find one of those stickers. So these are like washi stickers, and so they'll be a little bit see-through. Might be all right, but they're kind of short. Well, I'm gonna try that one. It's not quite as opaque as I was thinking. This one's a little bit ripped. I'll have to see what I can do about that, if anything. It might not be too noticeable. It's not too noticeable. I think it ripped in exactly the right spot. Okay, so there's that. That's not bad. I don't mind that at all. I think I want to cut out a bit of a butterfly. Just from the ones I stamped on this book page a long time ago. For some reason, I just thought that would be nice on here. I'll ink that too. I know, I shouldn't put it on the bottom, but it looks a little big on top. Oh well, we'll just say the butterfly is not politically correct and it's just doing its own thing. Then if I want to put a word around here somewhere, I can do it on top too. Haven't decided yet. I do find some spots that need tacking down. Okay, I don't mind that, so I'll keep that there for now. Then we have some more to do here. I like working on music paper. I think it's so pretty, just with the contrast of the notes. So whenever I go to the thrift store, I always go to the music section and I look for music sheets or sheet music or books that have already been aged and have this darker yellow to them so that I don't have to coffee dye them. I think they're more to my liking. I mean, I have coffee dyed some, but I like it when the work's already done for me. Get a nicer, I think you get a nicer, more authentic look. But that's just me. If I didn't have discovered those, if I wouldn't have discovered the naturally aged ones, I'd still be inking and distressing them with coffee dye. Okay, so there's that one. Now what do I want to put on this one? I actually really like the stenciling idea, and I'm gonna see if there's another one that I like. I kind of like these leaves here. I got these stencils from Amazon, in case you're wondering. Try not to take too much paint so that they don't, it doesn't clump so much. Because I have noticed that the paint likes to go under the stencil. Okay, I don't mind that. That's nice. And maybe it'll just continue. I would have grabbed any paint that I had, but I kind of ran out of black, so I did buy this Liquitex Basics. So I don't really know anything about the quality of acrylic paints, so when I buy, I just get the color I want and whatever is affordable at the time. If I'm at the dollar store, I'll grab it there if they have it. They don't always have all the colors that I'm looking for, so then you have to go elsewhere. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm realizing that I'm not feeling 100%, but I still wanted to do a little something, so if you're still here, thanks for joining me. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that. Trying to get some of the paint off, but it might not work. I'll have to wash that really well later. Okay, so there's that one. And again, yeah, it clumped up some between. It likes to go underneath the stencil. Not quite. Aside from holding it down better, I don't know how to avoid that. And I can't always be doing that because I'm busy painting, so. Alright, so there's going to be one more with the music sheet, or sheet music. This one has a bit of a rip, but that should be okay. Yeah, you wouldn't have to sew these down if you didn't want to. I just feel like that's something I want to do today, so I need a bit of a mellow day. Okay, I made some fodder a while back. Let's see if any of it looks good on here. In fact, that one's made out of book page too. But now I'm feeling like one of them needs to be smaller than the other. It's the ones on the thicker paper that I like, and I used different pens. I like the butterfly with the silver dots on them. Something like that. Yeah, these were made with acrylic markers. So, okay, I'm going to pick those. Just something different. You don't always have to use the same thing that you've used in the past. And the things that you have used in the past, you can do different things with them. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I could also use these instead of for bookmarks. I could use them for belly bands. So, versatile. And that does stick out somewhat, so I might trim it. Okay, so there's that one. Then I want to get back to these little squares. I'll just cover that up for now, so I don't dip my hand in the paint again. I was thinking these would make cute little, I don't know, twinchies? Is that what they're called? I think you just kind of stick them in places. That doesn't sound very professional. You just stick them in places, but you stick them in pockets and tucks and things like that. Try to get it straight. So like that one. And yeah, you could totally stamp something on here. I think that would look really smart too. In fact, I still have my stays on down here, so I might actually get to do that yet. Alright, we'll glue this down. Like that. And here is my stays on. And this butterfly will fit nicely. Oh no. Okay, didn't want to stick it first, but it did in the end. So that's not bad. I don't mind that. that can be finished, unless you want to put some bling on it or something else. A word, maybe. I'm always struggling to find words that are either the right size or that mean the right thing that I want to say. Okay, so this one needs a little bit over here. Okay. All right, so let's try this. Yeah, the butterfly came off again. I think what I have to do is dunk it in the ink, place it on there. What if I do like 2 of them? And I'll do something different again. I'm gonna not have them facing each other, but and I stamped my mat. Oh well, probably not gonna be the last time. Okay, so they're kind of smushed on there. I think it's kind of cool though with the color from the masterboard that I had there. Just, you know, poking through, making it look like the butterfly has a little bit of color. So yeah, you could do a whole bunch of things like that, and then even with the sheet music, you could stamp on that yet. You could even just leave it like that. Maybe even just put a word on it if you had one that suited. And I think if I sew around that, it will be pretty as well. I like that. Simple and effective. Should I try a butterfly on there? I could put a colored butterfly, like an actual different butterfly. Okay, how about one of these tatty butterflies? Not really loving that one though. Maybe a smaller one. I kind of like the graduating squares here. Yeah, that could work. This one could work as well. I think I like that one better, just because of the colors. So with this one, I should have my fabric glue. Well, I don't have my fabric glue right here, so I'm going to use my Bearly Arts. I think it'll work. Might have to hold it down for a bit so it sticks better. This one is kind of ripped. It'll look a little distressed, but isn't that what we're always looking for? And that dried up fast again. And then maybe I'll grab a different butterfly. I feel like I want a dark one. Maybe that one. I will ink it first. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there because I don't want this video to be super long. And then we can continue on our own. Let's see what we came up with today. We did quite a few. Some different ideas. Let me see if I can get them all in frame here. Okay, there they all are. We did 9 items. That's pretty good. So, just looking at them, can you tell I like butterflies? There's only 3 of them that don't have butterflies on them. But I'm okay with that. I hope you are too. I hope you had fun. And thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.